Hey, what's up guys? Nick here and thanks for stopping by. So I just wanted to show a quick workout of mine. Now there's nothing particularly special going on, alright? I'm a simple man and I have a back and two biceps, so I work them out on the same day. For reference, I work out my muscle groups twice a week and I typically have one strong day where I lift heavy, mainly on my compound movements, and one moderate day where my goal is on hypertrophy. I think this strikes a pretty good balance in maximizing strength and volume, but regardless, the main focus will always be on progressive overload. Anyway, I started off with some pull-ups and they felt pretty good. Some of you may know, but I've been trying to lose fat and pull-ups tend to get easier when you're lighter, so I started adding some weight to them. If you're going to progress on weighted pull-ups, I strongly recommend that you do so in small increments, like 5 pounds. It's pretty easy to injure yourself if you increase the weight by too much at once, and believe me, I know that firsthand. Mostly the injury shows up in the form of an aggravated tendon in the arm, and let's be honest, nobody wants that. Okay, so next I went on to do some bicep curls, and I gotta say, when it comes to building biceps, there's really nothing much to it, alright? Find an exercise that feels good for you and allows you to really feel that contraction. With a muscle group this small, ideally I shoot for 8 to 10 reps for 4 sets. This means you'll probably want to stick with a moderate weight. Again, if you go too heavy, you'll probably feel some tendon soreness, which can actually impede your ability to do bicep curls. I'm not saying that you shouldn't go heavy because that's a subjective term, but it's probably not optimal as an isolation movement. Best to go heavier on your pull-ups or deadlifts. After that, I hit some seated rows. I had planned on actually doing bent over rows, but honestly, things just felt off. The old me would have tried to push through and probably injured myself in the process, but the new me decided to opt for a safer workout, and honestly, I don't regret it one bit. That was one of my best experiences from doing cable rows, and I really got to establish that mind-muscle connection when I lowered the weight and tried to imagine my hands simply as hooks, with my lats doing the actual work of pulling. Okay, so here I'm doing some incline dumbbell curls and some barbell curls, which again is to specifically target and add volume directly to my biceps. We're talking moderate weight for 4 sets of 8 to 10 reps. I do want to say this. If you're ever overwhelmed by the sheer amount of variations you can do for your biceps, then you're not alone. Biceps are a small muscle group, and yet there's seemingly an endless amount of ways to do it. And if you're like me, you probably thought you had to incorporate every type there is. Honestly, that's just not practical. Ultimately, when this movement is done properly, it's just an elbow flexion, right? I mean, imagine if your elbow was pinned to the side of your body and the only way for you to move your forearm was to contract your biceps. Well, if you only stuck with doing bicep curls, but you practice good form and progressively overload, then you're gonna have some nice biceps. Now, you can still add a couple of variations, right? I mean, in my case, I like doing barbell curls, seated preacher, and incline curls. Just choose what works for you, okay? Now, having said that, if you want nice arms, then you need to also hit your triceps, which I think I'll show in my next video. And lastly, I finished off with some reverse curls. Now, I can't speak for you guys, but when I first started lifting, all I ever wanted to do was forearm workouts, not biceps. And the reason why is because I thought that they were the key to growing my really tiny and pitiful wrists. And now I realize that's not really how it works. But with that said, you should still work out your forearms because having strong flexor and extensor muscle groups are good for your grip. And a strong grip makes nearly every exercise easier, all right? I mean, if you want better deadlift, increase your grip strength. If you want a better pull-up, increase your grip strength. If you want better bench press, increase your grip strength. If you want to be better at, doing bicep curls, increase your grip strength. Having a strong grip is actually one of the most functional muscle groups you can have. Plus, who doesn't want veiny forearms that can double as a roadmap, right? I mean, honestly, that's the main perk. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. It feels really good to be back in the gym, and I'm having a lot of fun making content. When I first started YouTube, I was very uncomfortable, and I just wasn't sure how to go about it. But honestly, right now, I'm just enjoying myself, and so I hope you guys are enjoying this video and the videos that I put out before. If you found this helpful in any way, please consider giving it a like and subscribe. Right now, I post videos every Tuesday on health, fitness, and nutrition, but if subscribing to me is too much of a commitment, then feel free to check out some of my other videos. Until then, stay safe, guys.